Have you ever stood in a crowd and felt utterly invisible, not unseen by others, but unseen by yourself? The titles you wear, the masks you adjust each morning, the achievements that hang like medals on a hollow chest, what if they're not yours? Beneath the hurry, beneath the curated smiles, beneath the voice that says, "I'm fine," when your soul is screaming, there's a stranger, a self you've exiled, a truth you've buried so deep you've forgotten where you left it. You've numbed it with distraction, drowned it in ambition, starved it with apologies. But it persists, a faint hum in the quiet hours, a shadow that moves when you do. Today, we stop running. We sit. We listen. 2. Realization 1. The hidden self exists. You are not who you think you are. The you that worries about bills, that craves praise, that replays old wounds, that is the surface, a ripple. Beneath it lies the ocean. The Stoics called this deeper self your demon, a silent witness that judges not what happens to you, but how you meet it. Buddhists speak of anatta, the illusion that any label, successful, broken, unworthy, could contain the boundlessness of your being. Taoists point to the uncarved block, the raw, wild essence untouched by the world's knives. Your hidden self is not a flaw to fix. It is the part of you that knows, the part that flinches when you betray your truth to please others, the part that weeps when you choose fear over freedom. Ask yourself, what costume have I mistaken for my skin? 3. Realization 2. Control is a story. You tell yourself to sleep at night. You plan. You calculate. You map your life like a general at war. You cling to routines, habits, and rituals as if they could barricade you against chaos. But the Stoic Epictetus, born a slave, warned, "You are not a body, nor possessions. You are your choices." Control is not in shaping the world, but in tending your inner soil. Your hidden self thrives in the uncharted, in the storm, in the moment the compass breaks, and you realize you are not lost. You are free. The Tao Te Ching whispers, "The wise act without doing, and everything falls into place." What if your grip is the problem? What if surrender is not defeat, but trust in the current that knows the way home? 4. Realization 3. Attachment is a cage built of if only. You cling to people who've left, to versions of yourself that no longer exist, to pain because its weight feels like proof you're alive. The Buddha called this upadana, the chains of grasping. But your hidden self knows a secret. Letting go is not loss. It is making space for what is. Imagine your heart as a clenched fist, so tight, so tired. Now imagine opening it, palm to the sky. The wind takes what it will. The sun warms what remains. Ask yourself, what am I holding that's already gone? 5. Realization 4. The ego is a character, and you forgot. You wrote the script. The ego is not your enemy. It is a child's drawing of a monster, crude, loud, terrified of being erased. It whispers, "Without this job, you are nothing. Without their love, you will dissolve. Without your pain, who will you be?" But the Sufi poet Rumi laughed, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Your hidden self is the page beneath the ink. The silence between notes, the sky that holds the storm but is never of it. Ask yourself, if I stopped performing, who would I become? 6. Realization 5. Fear is a liar, and the truth is already here. You fear rejection? It has already carved its initials into your bones. You fear loss? You've mourned 100 imaginary graves. You fear death? You die a little each time you choose fear over life. The Stoic Seneca, facing his execution, wrote, "You are dying every day. The man you were yesterday is gone. What will you do with this breath?" Your hidden self does not fear endings. It knows every atom in your body was forged in a dying star. You are not afraid of the dark. You are the dark and the light that dances within it. Breathe. Here. Now. This. 7. Realization. 6. Your wounds are not weaknesses. They are portals. That humiliation, that abandonment, that voice that said, "You're too much and not enough," you've buried them like bones, afraid they'll rise to haunt you. But the Japanese art of kintsugi mends broken pottery with gold. The Tao Te Ching reminds, new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Your hidden self is the artist, the alchemist, the one who whispers, "Let the cracks stay, let the light in." Ask yourself, what if my deepest shame is my greatest gift? 8. Realization. 7. You are not separate, you are a thread in the tapestry. The ego thrives on division. I am better, worse, alone. But the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh taught, look deeply into your hand, see the rain, the minerals, the ancestors who shaped it. Your hidden self has no edges. It is the same force that spins galaxies and roots sequoias. When you criticize your body, you criticize the earth. When you hate your imperfection, you hate the moon for its phases. Ask yourself, what if belonging isn't something I earn, but something I remember? 9. Realization. 8. Love begins when the performance ends. You long to be loved unconditionally, yet you punish yourself for stumbles, for aging, for needing. The Stoic Marcus Aurelius wrote, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But how can you love others if you exile parts of yourself? Your hidden self doesn't need a hero. It needs a witness. Sit with it as you would a wounded animal. No demands, no timelines, no scripts, just presence. Ask yourself, what if the love I seek is the love I refuse to give myself? Ten. Realization. 9. The journey is the destination, and you are already arriving. You keep waiting for a sign, for the day you'll finally feel healed, worthy, enough. But the Zen masters say, before enlightenment, chop wood. After enlightenment, chop wood. Your hidden self isn't waiting in the next chapter. It's here, in the steam rising from your coffee, in the ache of your feet after a long walk, in the mundane, the messy, the moments you dismiss as not enough. Ask yourself, what if I stopped chasing better and let here be holy? 11th, Realization. 10. You were never lost, only forgotten. The roles will crumble, the masks will crack, the stories will unravel like old sweaters. What remains? Not an answer, but a presence. Not a name, but a pulse. Not a hero, but a human. The Sufis sing, you have been walking the ocean's edge, holding up your robes to keep them dry. You must dive naked under and deeper under, 1,000 times deeper. The hidden self was never hiding, only waiting for you to stop searching and come home. There is no test, no assignment, no race to win. Let these words settle like dust on a windowsill. Let them stir when the light hits just right. The door is not ahead of you. It is beneath your feet, in every breath, every heartbeat. every unedited moment, the hidden self has always been here. And when you're ready to stop performing, it will meet you in the quiet, not as a teacher, but as a mirror.